we always start this. Let's do some check-in on our community. We'll do, round robin like we usually do. And I will pass to Livia to kick it off this time.
Hey. Sorry, can I pass to someone else? I'll pass to Zach.
Thank you, Livy. Well, this week, I think like the medium post is going to be it's almost done. Like it's only last like Tam and Mitch give a lot of feedback there, and it's awesome. Yeah, I also was on the Omega call, who was looking interesting. Like they were doing like the bunch of questions they were preparing it, like how to organize, it was, but to know. They were working on like the questions, but they want it to be short, to don't ask like super a lot of questions, and I felt it was super interesting and yeah, super cool. Pass it to Jess.
Hey everybody. Yeah, I've been a little bit less focused on TEC, but the pulse of the community, I do notice this week as I was catching up on a lot of messages, like how organized and how on it everybody is. And I appreciate Livy, you and Tamara, and what you were suggesting about how to onboard people, because I think this is an area that we've been looking at for a while. So yes, I wanted to say that the weekly AMA, like everybody that's been coming for onboarding, to be able to direct them to that has been huge. So just to say again, like awesome work, you guys, for doing that every week, because it's like so much more efficient. And I noticed a lot because I had a few people reaching out this week. And yeah, so everybody seems to be doing an amazing job in their niche, and just let me know. I've had some more space open up this week if anybody needs support. So with that, I will pass it to Nate.
Yeah, things good. I think that I talked to Marco, and we're gonna try to test out the distribution process. We're gonna see about going through the communications backlog and throwing some of those content creation pieces up. And if you are in working groups with larger teams, whether it's the transparency or onboarding or whatever, if there's something that's particular to your working group, I'd say go ahead and engage the members and see if anybody wants to pick it up kind of naturally. And we just want to try to test this system out as much as possible. So yeah, other than that, it's good. But I will pass it to Griff.
Yeah, I think the community has like a new action step with the join the Swiss membership, use the Swiss membership app. And so having that action step, and we sent out the emails, and we're on the common stack side, there's a lot of progress around like getting things ready for the TEC to be launched. So I feel like a lot of that stuff is starting to get people that are not like in our Discord talking, but kind of like peripheral, like people that will join the TEC are starting to like have some awareness. And it's really nice. So like I saw Paul from Molecule, who like is a major bonding curve project, probably one of the big ones besides Common Stack. He retweeted our like, I'm joining the Trusted Seed. I just joined the Trusted Seed. Very cool. So I feel like a lot of people are starting to get excited, but it's mostly from the Common Stack angle. I think right now with the TEC, we're just kind of chugging along, but we're going to have some the next couple weeks I feel like are going to be really crazy, because this with the dashboard coming out and the Hatch DAO as its own like module that the TEC is producing, like it's like, oh look, the TEC is already producing value, and we don't have an economy yet, right, with the graviton training and all these things. So I feel like we're building this foundation of stuff, and so the community is like, whatever, we're just building mode. But it's going to, I think it's going to pick up really soon once we get that dashboard out. I'll pass it to, is that everyone? Is that last? Tam, did you go?
Yeah, I'll go next. A lot of my, I would say the last week, some of my observations really are around, I had a completely new person to the space that I had a conversation with. I thought it was a really good conversation. It was during the AMA for Hatch Outreach last Thursday. And this person came in through having seen Livia's Ethereum Denver talk. So, it's just, I find it, this person's been in the Ethereum space for a while, but what really got him to come find TEC was that talk. And I think that, the other perspective, and he already came with a positive outlook and lots of questions that I think we just need to take time to answer well. And I'd say the part that I see a lot is as I'm reaching out to people to talk about the Hatch outreach, as I'm doing Hatch outreach, it's just the overwhelming response is so positive. I was wondering, like, am I ever going to come across someone who just thinks it's a bad idea or doesn't want to do it? And it is all so positive. And I feel like I really get the sense that the peripheral communities to ours in the same ecosystem have a lot of respect for what the TEC is trying to achieve. And it's really neat to see that. And then from our community, I would say there's a few things. I put it on our agenda because the onboarding of Discord, I'm just wondering if there's like maybe some short-term, very quick thing we can do, because 2 people that joined yesterday and the day before, one of them was Ludo, he knows his way around this stuff, just couldn't get the CC acknowledged. And so I wonder if we could do something like super quick and then the medium-term strategy. We could talk about that later. But I would say the other thing is that, even this person that I onboarded last week, Sinan, like, I just feel like, we still need this like lightweight process to help track them. And I'll talk about that later too, but maybe I'll just say it now, is we're onboarding an onboarding coordinator. Sorry, my New York just came out. A coordinator who will help us with, just helping to track people as they come in and, build some tools that can help them, a journey for them to become more familiar with the TEC at the rate that is required by them, because I think some people can jump in and run and some people take a little more time. And I think that's what I would say about the community temperature check. And do you want to go next, Livia? Do you want to close us out?
Sure, yeah. You're talking more about the Hatcher outreach?
No, just the temperature check on the community. For me, my primary touch point is the Hatch outreach. So maybe that's my personal perspective more than question for everyone.
Yeah, I think for me it has been a big observation on the process, like how the processes that we created are being used or not, and what is the best way to communicate it. And as I mentioned in the Hatcher outreach call, I think something big for me has been developing in this way, that maybe the main cultural build strategy is to always have a human touch point, and how like investing in how informed people are and the quality of the information everyone has is super important for us. And it's going to go a long way, because then people really care and they want to pass that information in the best way possible. And I think that's been happening very, very nicely. Yeah, I pass back to you, Tim.
You're muted, Tim.
You're muted.
Oh, goodness. So Chewy, well, just what we're talking about is like, hey, what are your observations around our community this last week? So I'd like to give you a chance to say what you're seeing or feeling in the community.
Thank you, Tamara. Actually, this has been a really good week because I had the chance yesterday of getting in the hatch onboarding, and Jake did a really fantastic job. And yesterday I spent most of the afternoon just watching again a Griff's participation in MetaFest, and just studying in general, that third layer when you start to get it. I think it's we're getting very close to exciting times because of what the communities are starting to be capable of doing, and just everything is starting to get together. So yeah, these past weeks, I think a lot of stuff is moving, and I just like to be alert for any needs that the TEC needs. If it's either new people, new contributors, or just in general new ways to organize. I'd like to just be more responsive for those kinds of needs. But yeah, that's what I would add about this last week.
Cool. And Eduardo, would you like to share your observations about the community this past week? Anything that stood out?
I actually have an immense feeling of belonging and thankfulness, because last week I was sick and I just felt how the community sort of embraced and took over certain things I had to do, and then there was this feeling of cohesiveness and let's walk along this, that I really felt part of the community in a deeper level than usual. And I felt, this sounds probably childish, but I felt cared, and that's something that I don't usually find in online communities. Let's say, in a way. So that's a really nice feeling to have. And then secondly, I have seen other communities that are following a similar aim to this one, and I see how, in a particular case last week that I vividly was present when it happened, the community sort of break down apart because it didn't have the same reason why I felt care last week. Is the same reason why this other community failed, because people were not paying attention to each other carefully or the right way they should be doing. They were only focusing on technical aspect. So this was a temperature check for me last week, in the sense of seeing very clear the values and the things that you guys started and then we have built on, and how resilient it is, at least from my perspective. Back to you, Tim.
Cool. And Santi and Craig and Juan Carlos, if you want to share maybe 1 or 2 minutes about your reflections of anything you noticed in our community over the last week that you want to share with the other stewards. Santi, I'll pass to you.
Thanks, Tam. Nothing really special, just feeling the growth day by day, and nothing special. I've been quite focused on source cred. That's my goal for basically for this sprint, as the legal working group keeps moving ahead of time on the tasks. So no, I love the presentations I've been able to see in MetaFest from part of the community, and I just can share that I can feel that this beast is growing, and I love it. I'll just pass it to Craig.
Hello. let's see. Yeah, I would echo what Edu said, though slightly from a different perspective. That is just appreciation and knowing that everybody on the team has my back should I slide into other things, commitments, as was the case recently. Just life was busy, so that feels good. And yeah, also Santi too. Even though I've been kind of absent, still the sense of the beast is growing, and I love it. I don't know, maybe was it Juan, or there was one other person to pass to?
It was Juan Carlos, yes.
Hey everyone. Well, I'm feeling really great. Like I just finished the presentation for MetaFest, and I think that the response was good, and I have been feeling like really well in my relationship with every one of you, and I think that I can count with every one of you, and you can also count with me. So yeah, I think that's amazing.
Cool. Hey, Jake, welcome. We're just doing a quick round. You're the last one to go. About what have you noticed in our community? Anything to share with the other stewards?
Oh, holy macaroni. Wow, that was a long meeting that I was a part of that no one else was. Anyways, stewards, what makes us so cool? Lots of things make us awesome. We are very good at communicating with each other. I appreciate that. There isn't like really too many of you except Griff that I have to like ping repeatedly. Everybody's actually pretty responsive except Griff. Who isn't responsive? Griff. No, I'm sorry. I love you, dude. But no, I do really love our communication. I also love the fact that most people, they have their thing to do and they go do it. I really like that. I try to do that, and I appreciate that everybody else does too. Okay, that's probably it. I'm done now.
Cool. Okay, so I don't want this to actually take too long, but I wanted to add it to the agenda to check primarily with Griff, because you're really spearheading this in your work with Marco and V. The TEC Discord onboarding journey. Is there any emergency measure we can take to facilitate allowing people to join like tonight? Tomorrow?
The emergency measure is to be with them when they onboard and just give them the powers, right? So there's a DM and there's the click the check mark link. The plan is to build a website where all it does is it avoids the CAPTCHA. So we have a new invite link that's just a different website. We can make it look pretty and and then they just do the CAPTCHA on that website, and then they get a one-time use Discord link, and then they go to the start here thing, and all they have to do is click that one emoji, and then they're in. So like that's the flow we want to design. Right now, I mean, we already had a bot slip through. We already had a bot send people like, hey, this is Tesla, give us your private keys or whatever, right? You probably all got a message from Tesla, a DM from Tesla. Do you remember Elon talking to you? Yeah, that was because our onboarding thing really is broken, unfortunately. So we're working on it. I mean, we could just remove the CAPTCHA. I guess that would be the emergency thing. We remove the CAPTCHA requirement. I could ask 5IV to do that if anyone has any objections.
I'm actually wondering if we do that and then we put it back if we find that we are a target.
Well, I mean, the thing is right now the bots are targeting us anyway and getting through. So if
how do the bots get through when people can't?
Well, what happened? I know exactly. Well, the bot gets into the start here thing and sees everybody's accounts, and they can't see the other channels. But unless you remove yourself from the start here room, like the bot sees you and says hi.
Right. Shoot. So removing the DM would wouldn't make it worse, because if you're in the start here, you're on the server. So removing the bot actually has no impact then, if the bot has access to everyone's username anyway.
Yeah, it seems like so we can. I'll talk to ViViV about removing that, and then but they'll still have to go to start here and check that checkbox.
Yeah. Maybe we try it, and then if we have a problem, we pivot.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can remove the requirement of having that role. I'll see if I can just do that during this call.
Okay, cool. And then we'll move on. So onboarding coordinator is being onboarded this week. Her name is Katie. It will probably be not until next week that she'll be able to start meeting people, and she'll start attending the SoftGov calls. So please come to the SoftGov calls and welcome her next week. And there's been a lot of ideas all over the place around how we can help, having a list of links, having user journeys, gamifying. Really, she's gonna help coordinate all of those different ideas, and then start going through them and coming up with some user journey that looks nice. And primarily working with Livia to help us do this. So I just want to give everyone the heads up. I'm not going to say our onboarding issues are solved, but like we're going to make progress with it. Just give it some time, but I think we're going to be able to get in front of it. Spotlight for tomorrow. So yesterday in a call, we suggested the TEC params, and we just wanted to do a check if it's ready and Vitor is available. Griff, can you confirm or deny? Okay. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to that, okay? Okay, so Craig has a much-deserved family vacation, and Nate is going to do the blog post this week. So what he needs from us is to share what our news is. So let's go through what it is that we want to be candidates for the blog post next week. And I don't know if I want to do this round robin or people want to shout out ideas. I think it'll make more sense for us to go around. I mean, for us to have people voice their ideas. I know, Juan Carlos, last week we didn't have a chance to do the gravitrons. Maybe it's something that can go into this blog if we can put it on the list as an idea.
Well, I think that's like the only thing. But if it goes into the praise post, then it should be removed from the transparency post. And if it goes into the transparency post, then it should not be in the blog post. That's the only thing.
Okay, good to know. Although, what harm is it in being in the transparency post?
No, I'm super happy to be in the transparency post, so I don't think that it should be necessary to figure in this praise quantification blog post.
Okay. Is there anything left to do with Gitcoin grants, or that would be done by next week? It's done tomorrow, is that correct? So do we want an announcement on the Gitcoin grants final tally or anything like that? I'm looking towards Griff and Jess for this answer. For what should go into the blog post next week, which will be written over the weekend, or this week over the weekend, and published on Tuesday, Wednesday. Is there sorry, Jess, I heard you. Is there something to say about Gitcoin grants as sort of like, hey, this is where we stand, the Gitcoin grants has ended, and this is where we are?
I don't know about Gitcoin grants. I'm like, it's over, right? So there's no action step there. Livia, how close are we to a plan for mission, vision, and values? Voting on it.
Just need to finish that blog post, but it's super quick. So
Maybe I think
Bye.
that would be a big one. I feel like that would be the highlight. Hey, we're picking our mission, vision, values using token log. Here's Livy's blog post.
I did make obviously, I got the repo too and a label. So she was wondering though if I could put together a template. So it was something really easy for them to work through on the issues, and I was working on that.
So Christopher said he can do that. So I'm coordinating with him. I wonder if it's good to have the instance ready before we post, or we can just go ahead and post, and when we have it, we can edit in the post.
If people can't vote, at least people can submit, and it's really not a bad idea to have the submissions going before the voting.
Oh, you mean, but not having token log set up and then just submitting to GitHub?
Well, I'm just saying token log's not necessarily a blocker for it to start.
Okay.
I was just gonna say about the Gitcoin. Yeah, I agree with Griff. I mean, maybe at the very bottom before the leaderboard, just put thank you so much to everyone who donated. And you could list names or not. Just a thank you with the, prayer hands emoji at the very bottom after all the other news.
Yeah, I could provide that information too, since I'm doing the PEC Gitcoin grant.
Great point. Gratitude is our thing, right? So it's what do you call that?
Oh, and maybe we should ask Ivy to praise all the people who donated.
Yeah, I'm sure she's going to be on that for the common stack anyway. So I think we will have. I don't know if it'll happen in time for. Maybe it'll happen in time for the post, where Ivy and I go through and look at all of the Gitcoin things, and we have to dish C-Stack tokens to the people who donated over 100 to these, and it's like if they donate 25 to these 4 different Gitcoin grants, then like it adds up to over 100. Then we dish them C-Stack tokens, so it's like we'll probably do that accounting Monday or Tuesday, so it might be a little tight, but I'll definitely make sure she does the praise. I guess that's off topic.
Yeah. What about some of this Hatch outreach, highlighting one of the pieces? Possibly if they're ready, maybe for that.
I think also it would be good to mention the freeze, that like it's the name of the sprint, maybe.
Say it again. Freeze.
The Hatch freeze.
Okay.
It's not frozen yet.
I thought freeze was more like freeze. Freeze. Okay. Let's not talk about freeze for a moment. I'm updating that issue with like ice cubes. It's my only comments. Are we frozen? Are we freezing yet? Okay, so dashboard first generation. I'm going through the Sebnum maybe wanted to share something around the Omega working group. So Nate, this is an order of priority. So mission, vision, values, and then at the bottom the thank you, the gratitude. Perhaps the dashboard. If they're presenting tomorrow, maybe it'd be nice for us to put some nice PR in for the dashboard. What are your thoughts, Griff? Is it too soon?
No, it's not. I mean, it'll be really cool because we'll be doing the mission, vision, values while we're also playing with parameters. So both of them using the same system. So I think it'll be, I don't know if it'll be ready for people to propose parameters, but maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you have it right. Griff will confirm. The other thing, or Jake will confirm. too. The other thing is the Swiss membership app. So people can become official members of the Trusted Seed, and it's out, it's ready. We probably need just a few. Get rid of that pending score thing, and it's yeah.
Okay, and what is the message around this? It's the call to action to join the Trusted Seed if you aren't, and to apply for a Swiss membership.
Yeah. I mean, we can take the email or take some of the comments.coms and just copy paste, change a little bit. The big thing here is, hey, if you have impact hours and you want them to turn into real money, you gotta be a member of the Swiss. You gotta be a member. So.
Okay, cool. Hey, Nate, do you want to, do you have any questions, or do you want any more information about any of these? Nate, I see that you're not muted, but I can't hear your voice.
Did you want to include Jeff's slideshow for the Trusted Seed material? Did he say that would be ready?
It might be too much on its own, but maybe just serve as inspiration. No.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know if he has the static version that he wants to sort of widely share available yet. Oh, that was your question. Is he going to have that ready? So I'm putting the people that you should reach out to about each of these. And I'll put myself on that one too, actually. Okay. Okay, cool. And so for this one, you have this on your own. You have that email, so you know where to go.
Yep.
All right, cool. So Craig's advice was, Craig, maybe you can share your advice, in terms of like how, or I think you and Nate are syncing up already, right? On getting it ready.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Okay, and I'm always here if you need anything, even through the weekend, so don't hesitate.
Okay. And the published scheduled days for Tuesday or Wednesday, you said?
Yeah, these are, the praise happens this weekend. The praise quantification will happen this weekend. And those are the leaderboards that, so you wait for that content, right? The leaderboards, which I believe Santi is the magician behind. And then the Tuesday, Wednesday, you do the draft, gets quick reviewed, and then sent when it's ready. Tuesday or Wednesday is sort of the target.
One
Okay,
last
cool.
Sounds good.
Griff usually drops the images, the leaderboard images somewhere, right? Yeah. So have a look out for those, Nate.
Okay, is there a location for that?
I normally drop them in the Stewards channel. Are you in the Stewards channel in Telegram? Let's change that if you're not.
I don't think so.
Well, well, wait, is Nate a steward? We haven't had our ceremony with Nate, have we?
Well, the process, if we want to follow the process, is for someone to nominate him, which it looks like you just did. So cool.
I nominate Nate to become a common steward, community steward. Sorry, TE Commons community steward. Does anyone else second my nomination?
I guess I
Second. I second.
Oh yeah, thirds.
Yeah.
Yay for process.
Wait. I hate to bring the bearer of bad news, but now anyone has a week to block it. So if we're following protocol, I don't think anyone's going to block it, but
follow protocol.
No, it's the second time we're trying this, actually, to do this like how do stewards get nominated on onboarded, and Cool. Noted. Maybe we'll add it.
Feels like a church wedding.
Yeah, we have to get confetti to fall through the screen or like doves to fly across our.
I was just gonna say, making him wait a week for somebody to object feels like leaving him at the aisle. Like when they say, "Speak now or forever hold your peace." Just wait for a week.
Yeah, well, I think it's really. I mean, I think it's actually a good idea. I mean, Livia and I did try to consider if somebody wasn't in this meeting, for example, or there are cases where you could imagine that maybe we should honor that there should be the what is the right name of this thing? Like, if one person says no, then it goes to the to the conflict management group for resolution to figure out why. So I think we probably should start honoring it eventually. Let me put it that way. And then the next thing is having a welcoming meeting for Nate. So we'll get the ball rolling with the stewardship. But thank you for nominating him. And cool, nice to have you with us. Okay.
Thank you.
And I'll move on to the sprint retrospective action. How are we doing in getting Septimus some help? And Ivy, how are we doing in getting them some help? Septimus, where are you? Do you have the help you need? Do you need more help? More recorders?
Actually, I mean, it's not like I need it, but it's cool to like. My idea is like the transparency should be held by the community, not by one person. But the thing is, Manu is willing to help, and also Juan. But I think it would be cool if TC Commons tweeted, so maybe more people show up. But yeah, regarding that, I think that's what we could do. Marco tweeted it, but no one reached out. So yeah, maybe just do it by the TC Twitter account, and yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I dropped that in the Twitter drop your content here already for TEC for both transparency and for comms, for help wanted for both groups actually. So it's sort of just about crafting a message and sending it out. But yeah, I think it worked so well for legal to find legal help when TEC tweets for assistance and volunteers. Okay, cool. I just didn't want us to lose track that that was our commitment to this sprint. Something really I wanted to take like 2 minutes. I don't think we need to overthink this, but we do need to change the GitHub name. So there are 2 options, super easy: culture build, culture commons. Nobody sees GitHub. It's really dark in the, it's something that is not visible anywhere. So other than if people are in GitHub. I would say
we need to change the TE Commons org name.
Yeah, so I made a little boo-boo here. Let's do it like that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Can I say one thing related to the recording? Ivy was mentioning like maybe we want to record the KitCon grants calls. I believe that's the name. Let me check it. KitCon model collab coding, but yeah, I don't know if I should be there or yeah, just to know. She told me like she was checking out with Jeff, but I didn't have any other update.
How is it going with Manu, Zep? Is he jumping in some calls?
He told me, it's super weird, he told me like he needed 48 hours to set up the software, and I told him, yeah, whenever you're ready, just fill your name in the spreadsheet, but yeah, not an update.
So we should still be promoting it. Maybe we can schedule a tweet like a couple of days a week for that.
Yep, it's in the works.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, and it's probably our best shot at finding people too. Okay, so culture build, commons culture. My personal feeling, Griff, let me know if you think this is wrong, is that this shouldn't be a decision that takes us too much to vote on, it can just be something very simple. If we want to make it more formal, we can do that too, but I would love if we could just choose in this meeting, like jump in and put an X next to the one that you prefer, and the one with the most X's is the one we'll use.
Is it possible to do commons build? Sorry, because it.
Okay. Yes. Anything is possible. All right, guys, jump in the document and X away. Is everyone in the document, or do you have it? Let's see. It's in the calendar entry, as always. And I'm going to say, does anyone have any questions about the GitHub repository name change that need to be answered? Cool.
Is this going to be repurposed for future like hatches in terms of like the process for having a different name than the actual hatch?
Well, this is the nice thing, is that every commons coming forward will just be forking this repo or using it straight up as is. So the TE commons, I mean, and that's part of why it's like it doesn't really make sense for it to be the TE commons anyway, because it's not just the TE commons, it really is the repo for all the other commons that will come afterwards. And yeah, so they won't need to change their name. But it would be ideal. It will be an issue. The common stack cannot, the Trusted Seeds Swiss Association cannot protect dev work that is done in the name of the commons inherently. So of any commons, that's just like the one line we can't cross. So.
And this doesn't need to be a formal vote for any legal issues.
No, I mean, the legal issue is it can't be called TE Commons, and that's it.
Okay, so let's go through updates with our 15 minutes. And at the end of this, whichever one has the most X is the one we'll move forward with. So in the calendar entry or in the Discord is the agenda. Jump in and vote. All right, shall we start? Well, can we get an update from you, Griff, first on Common Swarm?
Yes, so we found more bugs, but I think these bugs are not such a big deal. There was a bug in like being able to rage quit basically. And we're just gonna remove that rage quit thing. No, I'm just kidding. We found a way around it without change any code just by setting one specific parameter correctly. So that's good. Hatch freeze this week is very possible. Like hatch freeze in the next 2 days is very possible, but we're not there yet. Tests are basically complete. Audrey and Sam are hanging out on the daily, talking about it, getting it ready. So it's good. The other update on the Pram side, Vitor said 90% chance that it'll be ready to present tomorrow. So that's, and Vitor is an accurate, he's good at this.
Okay. Okay, so for that, do we have a backup plan for the spotlight, or do we say if we don't present the TC params, it's okay, we don't present tomorrow?
Yeah. Worst case scenario, we can come up with something on the fly. It usually works out.
Okay. Cool.
Or we skip it. I mean, we could always do giveth. I can always present giveth.
Great idea. Cool. Okay, Jake, do you want to do a quick update for TEC params if there's anything to update?
Well, I did talk to Vitor too, and I have a call with him later today just to make sure about a few things. But yeah, he said he's going to be ready. But yeah, like Griff said though, it's a big day for Gibbeth, so that's pretty cool too. But yeah, other than that, no, I mean, I didn't get the chance to talk to Livy. I guess that she found Christopher, which is awesome. Is he making a new repo then already? Because otherwise, I need to get rid of the one I just made.
Oh no, if you made it, that's great. Let's use that.
Okay. Otherwise, yeah, I'm still kind of hanging out, but like we're getting close to the dash. Vidor needed to talk to Sim about impact hours, and they got that worked out. He's gonna have that done today, but yeah. So otherwise, yeah, things are good.
Great, cool. Olivia, would you like to give an update from SoftGov?
Yeah, for some reason I can't move issues. I think it's my computer that it's overloaded. But yeah, this proposal is almost done. Just waiting for this few links to put there. And then review of Gitbook. That's also happening. The incubator has been nice. Moving CV proposals to advice process, didn't do that yet. Discord roles and permissions. I talked to Vivi and yeah, he didn't reply my last comment. I should ping him on Discord.
About that one in specifically, I wonder if we could have maybe like a 30 or 60-minute sync up, you and Juan and myself, and maybe anyone else who wants to participate on like what roles can look like, quite simply, and then maybe in the future what it can look like. I don't know. Would that make sense? Can we do that? Can we sync up on that?
Yeah, sure. I had a very simple suggestion I think the TEC team, it's a little bit weird because what does that mean?
Yeah, this is exactly what I think we can sync up on, like what it can be and what it, exactly. I see here. And I think maybe sort of just, go on, finish. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Continue.
Yeah, I just thought of having an incubator role that is for new members so everyone know who is new. A steward, contributor, subject matter expert, and praise givers, and that would be all. But yeah, we can schedule a call. I'll message him.
Okay, cool.
And see his availability. And then
so Vivi V is on CET time and should be hopping into this call in a moment.
Great. Oh, cool. Thanks. There he is. Hey, Vivi. We were just talking about having a quick sync about the roles on Discord, if you're available.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm available. Hi.
Cool. I think it makes sense, like you, Carlos, myself, V, if you as well. Griff, would you like to join that as well? No? Okay. So maybe the four of us find time on our calendars. Maybe 30 minutes, I think, is enough, actually, really. Just if we're all talking at the same time, it can go a little faster. And I'm happy to take on the action item to set up that call for us.
Can we do it right after this call?
I have 2 meetings after this one, back to back. I can't.
I'm available at any time that you schedule.
Well, why don't I sit out of it then? And Livia, if you, Juan Carlos, and V can meet after this call, then we go forward that way.
Okay. Does that work for you, V?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And quick other thing, Vive. So by the way, Vive is in a time zone where the rest of his house is sleeping right now. That's why he's speaking very quietly. And thank you for staying up so late and hanging out in CET time, Vive. The other big thing that we're stuck on is the onboarding process. And since bots are already making it through, would it be possible to change the onboarding process so that we can remove the CAPTCHA bot completely, at least until we have the final solution for the CAPTCHA bot with its own website up?
The website is kind of made. I just need to implement the captcha on it.
Well, just for like today, like as an emergency solution, since the CAPTCHA bot isn't even preventing bots, is it possible to remove the role requirement?
Yeah, we can remove that.
Nice. I wasn't sure if there might be other problems. I don't know, but okay, cool.
We'd have to like maybe set up that role to be assigned to everyone on entry, or we'll have to fix the permissions for everyone so that everyone can talk in all the channels.
We still want the verified acknowledged CC requirement. So like they don't see all the channels, they only see the start here room and the help room until they click that check mark, but then they see all the channels. We basically just want to remove the verified human.
Can one of us update this in the issues so that we can move on with the other working groups in our last 6 minutes?
Sure. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's so critical, so I wanted to give it some space. And Livia, is that the end for SoftGov?
Yeah.
Okay. Since we're probably not going to go through everyone today, I just want to ask if anyone wants to sort of jump and do an update. Anything critical in any of the groups that anyone wants to share, I want to give you an opportunity to do that now. All right. Otherwise, Hatch Outreach, which is super critical. Eduardo, would you like to give an update?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm looking at the. I mean, I need to update the workspace because I don't think it's up to date right now, so it doesn't represent what necessarily we are doing right now. But basically, we are in a fast-paced, nice moment of onboarding new hatchers, and we are also moving forward to trying to onboard. Give me a second that I check this. Sorry. There you go. We are trying to also onboard and welcome proposals to be submitted. So we are in the process to looking for proposals and manually reach them out. That's on the side of the hatch proposals. We are also finishing some articles for everyone to understand clearly what is a hatch and what it means to be in a hatcher. So yeah, that's the main 3 things we are doing right now. So yeah, back to you, Dan.
Okay, cool. And I would just, if I can add to that, quite well. There's 9 of us now that are doing it, and we're making pretty steady progress there. And where we might need some help is reaching out to proposals and asking people or asking projects if they might want to propose for funding from the TEC. So please reach out to Eduardo if you can help with that. Okay.
Or if you know anyone that wants to be a hatcher or submit a proposal, might as well be welcome.
Cool. Cool. So in the last 3 minutes, I just want to jump quickly to say that eventually this will be handed to the person who is doing, Katie, who's doing the onboarding coordination. But we do have Durgadas, who's offered to do skill visualizations for the group if we need help with visualizations. So it's something that any of the working groups can just tap Durgadas to ask him for help with visualizations for anything that any piece of your working group that you want to explain visually. And then I want to make sure that I have the needs for each of the working groups. So in transparency, we need recorders, and in comms, we need a social media manager, a distribution lead, project managers, writers, editors. Is there other working groups that have pieces of work that they sort of want to call for help for, or not? Cool. Then in the last 2 minutes,
I'm really sorry, Tam. I don't really like a call for help, just in the fact that now that we're getting really close to using token log, just like please use token log. We start getting stuff ready and like params and everything. Please use token log. That's it. That's all I want help with. You using token log. I love you all.
Got it. Okay. We only have 1 minute left, so I'm going to say end the call for tonight. Unless Septimus, with the last minute, you want to share your news about the article for transparency.
Yeah, on transparency, the article is almost finished. Tam and Mitch did the reviewing, and today with Ivy we go through it, and now Tam offered to do a second review, so that's awesome. And for the audits, both Jake and Santi are pretty advanced. The only thing they left is to post on the forum for the advice process. So yeah, I feel like we are super ahead of the sprint, so I think that's going pretty well for transparency.
Cool. And Commons build it will be. So everyone, thank you for putting your X's on the doc. We got a new GitHub name. And thanks everyone for joining. Have a nice rest of your Wednesday. And see you soon.
Hey,